This week we're going to talk about communication styles. We're in a society now where everything is in such a hurry and people have to try to learn to even take time to communicate with each other. But it's not so much just exchanging words and listening. You have to kind of comprehend what is being said and learn how to read between the lines sometimes. I'm going to give you a scenario and I'm going to help you understand how to interpret this particular situation. Let's say that there is a person that you are close to and you kind of have a love-hate relationship going on with them. It's a human experience, we all do. The way that person communicates with you rubs you the wrong way from time to time, and I'm sure the way you communicate with them rubs them the wrong way. And part of the reason is for two things. Number one, expectations. See, you have expectations of that person that you claim that they haven't met, and they have expectations of you that they claim that you haven't met. So we kind of have to set expectations to the side if we really want to deepen our relationship with people. Expectations are okay, but the bottom line is if that person wants to live their life the way they want to live it and they're happy, they should be just left alone. Expectations are not the end-all be-all. They're not written in stone. It's all about perception. So you got to be careful when you're dealing with certain types of people. There are some types of people that they're the so-called information givers. I'm not saying that they're gossip spreaders. Some of them are. But these are the people who claim they know everything about everything. And even though they have all the information you may need regarding a certain situation, they don't take your feelings into account at all when they're delivering it. They just say it. I remember that I watched a TV show one time, and a gentleman was in a situation where his daughter brought somebody home unexpectedly and said, "Dad, I'm going to marry this guy." And he never met the guy before. And even though the guy was good looking, he didn't have any manners, and he was kind of disrespectful to the mother, being a little chauvinistic, so to speak. So the daughter wanted to know why the parents had such a negative attitude towards this person, and they didn't know who he was. That was the point. They didn't know who he was. There was a lack of communication between the daughter and the parents regarding this person. And this person probably felt that energy and decided to put up their defenses before they walked into the door. They probably felt a certain type of way and was wondering what they were stepping into. It's important for you to be able to communicate effectively with people by establishing a clear understanding. You got to feel the energy first. You got to feel the atmosphere. If that person has a tone in their voice that's not welcoming or a sense of irritation, cut the conversation short. Because they may not be irritated at you. They may be, they may not. They could be irritated at a situation that occurred previously to you getting together, and they're taking the frustrations out on you. See, when people contact me sometimes and they have an attitude about something, I'll ask them what the problem is. And if it's directly affecting the problem and they want my help, because I don't offer it unsolicited, if they want my help, I'll go ahead and give it to them. But I very seldom have people who contact me physically or on the phone or on the computer with an attitude off the rip, because it's time to put them in check. There are a lot of people who do not know how to place their emotions in the proper place. There are people who will take a little situation and blow it up. All of a sudden the whole world is wrong just because they're having a bad day. These people exist in life and you got to know how to deal with them. There are some people that will take one little thing and will blow it up to the point that by the time that situation gets back to you, it's something totally different than it was. These people have a distorted idea of reality. They exist in this world too. And there are some people that just simply don't give a damn. They wake up in the morning not giving a damn, not showing thanks, and that's the way they are all day long until they go to bed. They're not thankful about what they have. They basically have given up on people. They just get all day long. And they're happy with that. People like that exist too. So what you have to understand is when you're communicating with people, sometimes the way you communicate with one person may not work with another person. We all need to take time and feel things out. Now, I consider myself a direct person, but don't get it twisted. I don't say the same thing to everybody I know because I had a chance to interact with them and understand where they're coming from. You have to consider the source when you hear someone say something to you. You got to consider third-hand information. I'm not a fan of third-hand information. And for those of you who don't know what that is, that's basically you're getting information about somebody else from somebody else. The older I get, the less I am a fan of it. If I have a question about you, I go to you. I loved my family and I loved my friends coming up, but I was in plenty of situations where someone had come back to me about information that was about me, and that person, whoever it was that was talking about it, never even took the time to even come and ask me anything, but they're going to tell me what somebody else knows, who wasn't even part of the situation. And I'm sure all of you have done that, and it's a hurtful thing to have that come back to you. Direct communication sometimes establishes a sense of trust. It encourages the other person and lets them know, you know what, this is a stand-up guy. This is a stand-up lady. They had the courage to come to me directly about my situation. It's respectful. But there are some people who are so afraid of what the truth really is, they'll fabricate something in their mind. I know it's twisted, but it's a waste of time and it creates confusion. So nowadays I live a more direct life. If you have a problem with me and it really bothers you, come to me. It may turn out good, may turn out bad, but in the end, at least I can respect you for coming to me. See, I made that mistake in the past too, asking about somebody or around somebody regarding a serious situation. And then when it gets back to that person, it's like, okay, why are they asking about me and they haven't come to me? Now you feel a certain type of way about someone. Don't be afraid to talk to people. If it's something that's really heavy on your mind, approach them calmly and civilly and say, look, you know what? I have a situation that's been bothering me for a while, and I need to talk to you about it. And maybe we can come to an understanding because maybe I'm confused and I need for you to tell me what's going on with you. I need for you to tell me because I don't like what I'm hearing and I don't want to be in a situation where I'm in the dark because I care about you that much. That's what you say. Just saying.